What's going down, guys? Mojo Monday here. I'm back with another fantastic vlog. Today, we're going to be doing it.
I'm keeping
That
that in.
I'm going to have to sue you for heavy copyright infringement right there.
Shoot. Yo, what's going on, people? Happy Mojo Monday. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today we have Jack Cole back on the screen. I had him on in July. We were talking about VP Plus 2.0 and everything. Jack, how have you been since then?
I've been fantastic, Mojo. I've been great. I've been waiting for you to invite me back on. Every day I message you. I ask you, can I come back? Can I come back? Every day you ignore my messages. Today I got through, and it's a good day. It's a good day. I got through to Mojo Monday, baby. I'm here. I'm back. Feels good.
Okay, why are you like a robot right now? You're acting like AI.
So one thing that I've started to do is when I am quite busy, I just send the AI clone of myself. So this is like a combination of Stable Diffusion, ChatGPT for the script, and then like the background is runway.ml. So
Oh,
this is like
okay.
yeah. It's called automation. We're in 2025 now, so kind of get with the times, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
AI took my job. I don't even have to do interviews anymore. It's fucking fantastic.
Sounds good. So wait, so you're an AI. So can you give everybody a month off of 5 months off of VP Plus?
So Jack specifically programmed me to make as much money as possible, and that
Right.
would be completely against the programming that I've been given. So unfortunately, no, I can't.
Okay, all right. Hey, Mr. AI, I have another question for you.
Hit me. I'm trained on the entire Jack Cole YouTube library. So
Are
anything that
you?
he's put in the YouTube video, I've pretty much got down. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So basically, if there was somebody that was new to video editing, what would you recommend them do? Join the academy or join VP Plus?
If someone's new to video editing, like brand new, just go on YouTube. Don't even pay for shit. Like just go on YouTube and get free YouTube tutorials. Like, did you teach yourself how to edit on YouTube?
Yeah,
Probably, right?
yeah.
Yeah, same. Like it's all there on YouTube. So I think like, there's so much free content out there. Like you shouldn't even be looking to pay for a community or a course or anything until like you at least know the basics, you know? Like I mean, it doesn't matter even if you don't want to make money with it. Even if you want to get clients, if you don't want to get clients, just learn how to edit on YouTube. And then once you feel as though you're at a decent level, but like there's a bit of knowledge that maybe you don't have, or you want to, most importantly, get around other people who are trying to kill it and get some of their energy, then go seek something out. But start on YouTube.
Start on YouTube and then. So how can someone build a portfolio then?
Say that again.
How can somebody build a portfolio?
Oh, I mean, to be honest with you, it depends like if you even need a portfolio. Because I mean, social media has kind of like subsidized the portfolio where, I mean, you can just either go get content on, YouTube, like you can rip somebody's video that you feel isn't very good, just take their video and actually make it better, right? By the stuff you learn for free. But realistically, people oftentimes like get stuck in editing content. Like say you want to make money, say you want to be a freelancer. People focus on editing projects that don't like train them for that. So like it's kind of a different skill to edit a, let's say, short form video or a long form video than it is to go and edit, I don't know, like a music video or like a random car edit, like the skills aren't even fully transferable. If you're like, ripping sick car edits or sick music videos, and like your speed ramping game is crazy, and like your motion tracking random like little text effects and stuff like that, for the most part that isn't super transferable over to like a short form video that you might just want to be really 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 dialed on some nice motion graphics and some good b-roll, and ultimately crafting a story out of something, and your storytelling abilities. It's kind of different skills. So, I mean, I'm a big proponent of like practice on in like the most live environment as possible. And that's what like the cheap community that I've got really caters for, is because we give all the live practice projects. So I mean, you can go in there and you can get like a real live Jack Cole video, or Cami Steve video, or like tons of other just live real videos, real long form, real short form, and then you can actually practice doing the thing that you're eventually going to sell, rather than like being stuck doing like, I don't know, like random edits, which the skills aren't always transferable.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So what do you have to say to people that think they're not good enough for video editing? So like, let's say there's a person. There's even people in VP Plus that say they don't feel like they can keep up with the competition that's in the editing space, and they feel like they can't get any clients. So what do you have to say to that?
There's always someone better, and like I was. I always say this all the time. Like I was like a 6 out of 10 videographer, 7 out of 10 video editor. I crushed it with getting clients. I never struggled. Like I've as a 6 out of 10 videographer who I would say was super mid. I filmed Future, Tyga, ASAP Ferg, Lil Yachty, all these even icons like Fat Joe and Nelly and like, dapped up Nelly in the club and shot stuff with Nelly, like for the most part, the business side is much more important. And I think there's a lot of courses and a lot of people that cater for like be the best editor. And like definitely if you're the best editor, you're going to crush. But, for the most part, if you know how to get clients, that's going to beat the person who is the best editor in the world that just isn't visible, doesn't know how to get clients, doesn't know how to market themselves, doesn't know how to get any visibility on themselves. You shouldn't be shit. Like you can't be under a 5 or a 6 and do well. But you don't have to be a 10 to do like actually good and make good money. So I think for the most part, we're all creatives. So creatives naturally, whether you guys associate this watching this or not, creatives are naturally on the more insecure side. You're creating something. You know what I mean? And I'm the exact same. Like I'm a like born and bred creative. Like literally behind me is like some fucking art that I like spray painted the other day. You can see this weird face over here. So I'm a natural creative, which obviously lends itself to being more on the overthinking side and like the perfectionist side and even the insecure side. Like you make something. So, it's easy to look at other people and feel insecure or feel inadequate and think, oh, fuck, like they're so much better. But oftentimes either they've just like put a lot more time in, or they've been more intentional with what they're doing. Like back to what I said earlier about like practicing on projects that you're actually gonna create, or you're actually gonna sell. That's intentional learning. Like instead of just doing a bunch of random edits and getting stuck in tutorials are great to start, but then if you're stuck there, like you're just learning a whole bunch of random stuff that you're probably going to forget, go get somebody's shitty video who you think you can make better, rip it, free downloader, make it better, do it again another 100 times. You might not feel as though you're making much progress, but you should compete against you. So if you look at the edit you did like, 4 months ago, I'm sure it's better. If it's not, you're probably just not doing it enough,
Yeah. No, definitely. I definitely upped my game ever since 4 months ago. Like
100%.
like every time I edit, it gets easier. So
Yeah.
there's no way I should be decreasing my skills.
Facts.
Jack, tell us a little bit about your background. I never really asked you that on the first podcast.
So my background, I was born in America. I was born in Miami. I now live in England, in London. So I was born in America. Both of my parents are English. They just met in America. So it's kind of a random one where like I have two passports. I've got an American passport and an English passport. And I moved here when I was 12, almost 12, 11 and a half. But both of my parents are English. So like technically my nationality is American, but like by blood, I have no American family members at all, right? They're both English. So I was born in the States. Grew up in a nice house, had 3 bedrooms, had a pool, had a like 2-car garage. But if you ever watched the movie The Big Short, have you watched the movie The Big Short?
No.
Banger. Go watch the movie The Big Short. Basically, they were giving out mortgages to anybody. It was like that the housing market crash of 2008. So like literally people had mortgages for their dog. They had like random strippers had like 5 mortgages and like it was crazy. Just because the fee structure is like the mortgage brokers would get crazy fees for giving mortgages to people and they didn't give a shit. So they were giving anybody mortgage. So my parents didn't have a lot of money, but they managed to get a mortgage on a really nice house. So for the first 8 years, I grew up in a pretty nice crib, to be honest with you, in Miami, because they were giving mortgages out to anybody. Then the 2008 market crash happened. Reality kicked in. We went from a 3-bedroom house with a 2-car garage and a pool. I used to like ripstick around the pool. It was sick. And reality kicked in and we were in a 1-bedroom apartment on 41st Street in Miami. So I went from a 3-bedroom crib with a pool to a 4 of us in a 1-bedroom apartment. Me and my brother shared the bedroom. My mom and my dad were in the living room. It was a pretty crazy situation. And I was going to North Beach Elementary, which was the school on 41st Street as well. So like a 10-minute walk from my house. And pretty much every kid in the school was richer than me. So that really is like the initial time where I remember like hunger starting to brew in me where I was like, I need to make some shit happen. Because I would like go on like, play dates to my boy's house. Like I remember this one time I went to one of my friend's house, Andrew Grimaldi. His dad was like some kind of restaurateur or like owned some like casinos or something like that. Like, they had like a $25 million house. Went to his crib. His fucking garden was probably 10 times the size of my entire apartment that we're living at. And I remember at the end of the play date, he was like, yo, like next time we're going to go to your crib. I was like, yeah, Yeah, sure, bro. I'm gonna find any lie imaginable to, oh, we got construction. Our movie theater's getting fucking renovated, bro. Sorry, you can't come over this time. We're gonna have to do it at your house again. So I remember definitely feeling like a divide of like other people have more than me. So I was like frantically seeking out like how can I basically make a ton of cash and how can I make money? I remember those thoughts from a very young age. And I found YouTube and I started making YouTube videos, one channel, two channel, three channel, four channel. Probably my like eighth YouTube channel was called It's Jug Here, and I blew up doing Call of Duty videos at first. I got to like maybe a couple thousand subs, made some friends. GTA 5 came out, was grinding every single day on GTA 5. Started doing trolling videos, blew up to like 86,000 subscribers doing GTA 5 trolling videos, just like getting on GTA and fucking with people. And that was my first major success. And then that was how I learned editing. And then since then, I've just, been a freelancer, videographer, and I've just kind of pursued the video editing space over and over and over again. Now I've blown up another channel, almost 500,000 subscribers. So really, that was, I guess, my origin story of kind of how I came to be.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love how like I can ask people, "Hey, how'd you get into video editing?" Everyone's got like a different but similar story. It's always like the oh, I had a gaming channel or I edited like Call of Duty montages and everything. So
Those are the killers, though, bro. Like nowadays, like if you ask a kid how they got into editing, it's Fortnite montages. The whole
yeah,
game's changed. Like if you ask anybody who's like I don't know, like maybe mid 20s or so, it's always Call of Duty. Anybody like under 20, Fortnite montages
yeah,
every
right,
single
right,
time.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, those Fortnite editors probably made a killing off of editing when Fortnite was big.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%.
Like I wish I was an editor back back then.
Yep.
Jack, tell me a little bit about your income. How much do you make a month?
Oh, I mean, listen, I got to wrap up the interview, bro. I'm sorry, I've got what's that? Yeah, okay.
I'm
So
just
I mean,
kidding.
without going into specifics,
No,
I
I'm
made
not.
a
No,
good
no,
amount
it's
of
not.
money in
It's
my
not. It's
career.
not. It's not. It's not a real question. It's not a real question. I was
No,
just joking.
I was gonna give you the old,
No.
the old workaround right there, but don't worry about it, Mojo. I'm gonna pull up my Stripe right now. I'm gonna screen share. Oh, well, hold on a minute. My internet connection isn't fully going through right now, bro. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
All right, no worries, no worries. I'll just put it in the description when you tell me.
Yeah, I got that.
When you were a
In
filmer,
comment.
what camera did you use?
I used a variety of different cameras. I mean, when I started shooting, I didn't even own a camera. So I shot like maybe, I think 10, 15 clubs. I was big in the club videography space for a while. I shot my first 10, 15 clubs on a Canon 500D that I didn't even own. It was my boy Noah's camera. And he was like really good with the camera. He knew everything. He taught me about ISO, taught me about aperture, taught me like what the difference between lenses. The lens is more important than the camera. He taught me pretty much all of my foundational knowledge on cameras. And I was just good at just like spamming messages on Facebook back then to people who were hosting events. Like I'd go and I'd find events and you'd see who was hosting it and you would just, spam messages to them and essentially do outreach to them and land them as clients and we go and film. So it was a partnership. Me and my boy Noah, we teamed up and I would get the clients, he would bring the camera, and we go on and crush. And then, since then I would use a ton of different equipment. Sony A6 400 for a while, Panasonic GH5, just pretty much just leveled up the ability. Sony A7 III, loads of different stuff, and then I eventually knew like a good amount about cameras. Like still to this day, like I'm not like a camera nerd. I'm definitely more so like a video editing nerd. So I was always like really good at the editing. So I would overshoot. So like didn't really matter what I had. Even when I was shooting on a shit camera with like a lens that was like f3.5, which means like it can't handle low light very well at all. I would just bring an LED and I would just like shine the LED in their face. So I'd still get like some level of decent light, even though the lens wasn't good. But I would just always overshoot. So like any videographer who's watching this, even if you're not the most talented videographer in the world, you're not the best with composition, just shoot like 400 clips and then like clean it up and like there will be like 80 of them that are like decent and then like those are the ones you roll with. Even if it's like I remember like I would have like an 8 second, 10 second, 15 second clip, but there might just be like a random like turn that I didn't even mean for it to be cool, but like I just like put an in and out point in Premiere and like just save that one little like second and a half and it looked like I was like a pro. So, you got to be clever with it for sure.
Right. All right. So what's next for you?
Uh, Honestly, it's a pretty big question. There's a lot of things that are next. I mean, we're gearing up for some very big stuff right now with VP. VP is moving towards a SaaS. Like, there's only so far you can really get having just an info product. And I think like VP has always been community first. In fact, this is a good question to ask you. Do you think VP is more of a course or a community?
Right now, community.
100%, right? So we've always been away from it being a course, but even the community and course aspect is still kind of similar. So the main thing for me over the past, like basically 2 years, 2.5 years of running VP is like, okay, what are all the tools that you use on a daily basis anyways as a freelancer? Well, why don't I just put a ton of the money that we're making into just like devs who can like build all these tools and make them better and like add the feature that you wish the tool had. And then that's kind of the stage we're in right now. So we're actually gearing up for VP Plus 3.0. So basically like a big relaunch. And VP is essentially a SaaS. Like it's a software as a service, and it has all those tools that you need, whether that be a lead scraper to find the perfect leads, outreach agents to help you write your messages. Really, any little tool that or any little problem that you have, we're trying to build tools to fix. And then the community and course element is almost like secondary to the tool that is VP Plus to help you on your journey as a freelancer. So I think that's really the big move for me now is, okay, how can VP be like a must have, not a nice to have? And I think most courses, like our churn's never been crazy. The max it's ever been is like 25% a month, on some months, like 14, 13%, which is like actually crazy for a community. I know guys who are in the same exact space. They have an editing community. They have 40% churn. So it's like, 4 out of 10 people that come in leave pretty much instantly, which is like wild. But I also think you can always get better. And okay, how can we build all the tools to make VP like a must have, not a nice to have? It is those tools that you're probably potentially paying someone else for. Why don't we just build all that stuff in house and then include it in the subscription?
Sounds good. I love to hear it. So break down what happens in VP. So let's say someone joins today. What are they going to get?
If someone joins today, you're going to get access to a fucking incredible community, one, because I think the people are what you stay for. Like, let's say, because currently we're rolling out these tools. We started to roll a couple out, and I know I've showed you a bunch of them. But stuff doesn't even roll out till the end of June. And the price is going up at the end of June. So I would join before the end of June because you lock in the price. But if you join currently, you get the roadmap, right? Which is exactly what you should do as a freelancer to stop getting lost in people's DMs. And I think like most people are still on freelance websites. Most people are doing like shitty, boring, fucking volume-based outreach. We show you exactly how to find leads, exactly how to outreach to those leads, exactly how to price yourself, and exactly how to land those leads. And I think that is really the most up-to-date way to get clients, the stuff we teach in VP. And it's a way to stop getting ignored in your DMs, make outreach that people actually care about. So, I mean, outside of the community, which I think is the most important aspect. Not only are you going to, make a shit ton of friends and also be inspired by the people who are crushing it, because there's so many people crushing it. It's good to see that. I think if you're in your bedroom alone, freelancing and video editing can be pretty isolating. So I think it's good to just be able to connect with other people that are like doing the same thing. And then like bonus points for the fact that, tons of them are crushing. And then that can act as like a proof of concept for you to not get demotivated or burnt out, whatever, fucking burnout. Everyone fucking uses this word these days. But it's real. It's absolutely big in such like an isolating industry. It's good to be chatting to people on a daily basis. It's good to see that it's possible. If you've sent, 50 outreaches in the past, 10 days and like, you got 2 responses and one of them told you to fuck off. That's pretty demotivating. It's good to see someone who did 51 and the 51st guy actually hired them and they're like, oh, it was motivation to do it tomorrow, So I think outside of the program that we've spent 2.5 years developing, really is the people is the most important thing to join. Like we have the most fun community, genuinely. People like join other communities all the time. Like go try them. Hell yeah, I encourage you guys to. But one thing we always get feedback on is, hey, like kind of ran out of stuff to do over there. It's a bit fucking boring. Like VP's where it's at, to be honest with you.
Right, man. I second that too. Hey, can we talk about the outreach challenge? Like what's going down with that?
Yep.
Can you talk about like to the people that aren't in VP Plus if they join and give them a little background on what outreach challenge is?
So we are trying our best to gamify things as much as possible. And a lot of that is updating in VP. So I mean, to be honest with you, join VP. That's all I can say about that.
All right. I'm talking about like the outreach challenge that's going on. Send this much. Unless we can't talk about it. I won't say
The
anything.
thing the thing is things are changing big time in 3.0, and I don't want to leak too much stuff yet. So all I can say, like I said, is join VP. Some crazy stuff is coming. That's
Okay. All right. Cool.
if you know, you know. That's all
Okay.
I could say.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Um, Jack, thank you so much for this conversation.
Go.
What else do you have to say to the people? Plug your stuff.
Mojo's the man. We love Mojo. Mojo's a beast. Mojo is I think you've been in VP for 2 years now, which is absolutely awesome. You are having success now, which is sick. You've seen through VP the complete development of it. It was pretty much bare bones when you joined ages ago, and like we spent a lot of time building it out. You're a beast. I commend you, bro. People can find me whatever. Just type in Jack Cole on YouTube, whatever. You'll find me. I've posted enough content. I've yapped enough. You'll be able to find me. Subscribe to Mojo. If you're not subscribed to Mojo, go follow Mojo. This young man is on the come up. He's absolutely crushing it. We love Mojo. He put a lot of work in. There was a time where you were on the lazy side. You weren't putting much work in. You had me basically yell at you. You didn't take that personally. You flipped the script. You're like, all right, fuck yeah, let's make some stuff happen. And now you're starting to see success. You're making thousands of dollars a month. You're doing your thing. I commend you, bro. And yeah, you're a beast.
I appreciate it. What do you have to say to lazy people?
It doesn't reward you. Like, it doesn't hurt anybody else. In fact, it helps other people. So, I mean, if you outreach to 5 people and get bored, and you don't outreach to another 50, it's not like the other 50, like, just stop hiring. They just hire somebody else. So, if you doing outreach or you really wanting to build this career isn't a priority, you'll just stop along the way, and like, that'll be fine. And someone else will take the job. So, it's only you who doesn't benefit from, being lazy. And likewise, on the other side, if you decide to go hard, then you can unlock a really cool life. And I think if you do land clients remotely, I think it's kind of a luxury. Like, you could be stuck in one shitty town working one shitty job and be completely geo-locked and just stuck in this position that you probably hate. Or you could decide to just go super hard for like a 1 month sprint and then, unlock essentially unlimited location freedom. You can pick up your laptop, go anywhere. And yeah, I think it's a luxury, to be honest. So obviously you have to put work in to make that luxury reality, and worked out for me. It's working out for you. It's worked out for countless other people. But I'll also say this: winners win and losers lose. So if it's not for you, you'll quit. And if it is for you, you'll get it. So simple as that.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Jack Cole, once again, thank you for coming back on the podcast. I appreciate your time.
Beast.
Everybody, follow both of us on the screen. Link in the description. Join VP Plus. I'll put the song at the end of the video, so you guys
join
know.
VP Plus.
And yeah, that's
Peace,
been it,
Mojo.
guys. Thank you so much, guys. Peace out.
Peace. Join VP Plus.